Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All District Leadership Group in partnership with District 5 United webinar on how to report illegal fireworks and where is the city going with fireworks law enforcement for the summer of 2025. I'm Stephen Spivak. I'm with the All District Leadership Group Public Safety Committee. And first of all, the All District Leadership Group is a consortium of leaders of the active San Jose leadership groups all over town. The purpose of the group is to strengthen two-way communications between the neighborhoods and government agencies and representatives, and to build a stronger sense of community within all the districts of the city of San Jose. Marlon, could you translate the Spanish on that, please?
Sí, buenas noches a todos. El grupo de liderazgo de todos los distritos, conocidos como el ADLG por sus siglas en inglés, es un consorcio de líderes y de grupos activos de liderazgo de la ciudad de San José. El propósito de este consorcio es fortalecer la comunicación bidireccional entre los habitantes y las agencias gubernamentales y sus representantes, así como fomentar un mayor sentido de comunidad en todos los distritos de la ciudad de San José.
Thank you, Marlon. Enforcing the fireworks law in the city of San Jose is no small task, and the city has been getting after it for many years. Fireworks have been illegal here for over 40 years, but that doesn't mean that it's easy to enforce the law. There are many challenges. Our colleagues tonight will explain many of them and what they're doing about it. The city this year is increasing the urgency of enforcement, owing in part to the very real risk posed by the possibility of wildfires that could be sparked by embers and sparks coming off fireworks. That's why they're illegal here. Our presentation is going to be in English, but for the benefit of those who wish to inquire, we will explain the answers to questions that come to us in Spanish in the Spanish language, and Marlon will be here to do that. Marlon, could you translate what I've said so far?
El atento que tenemos ahorita con esta presentación es para recordarle a la ciudad y a los habitantes de que los juegos pirotécnicos son prohibidos en la ciudad de San José. Y el propósito es para enseñarles a ustedes cómo poder reportar cualquier incidente que cause algún problema o riesgo de incendios debido a la temporada y debido a que los incendios son muy fáciles de ahorita de aprender porque ahorita no hay lluvia y estamos al riesgo de que cualquier chispa, el fuego de los juegos pirotécnicos puedan causar un incendio. Este seminario será también asistido en español. Si ustedes tienen alguna pregunta en español, podríamos conversarla y presentarlas a los panelistas y sus respuestas serían también traducidas a español. Gracias.
Thank you, Marlon. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the webinar co-hosted by the San Jose All District Leadership Group and District 5 United. We're going to be talking about how you can report illegal fireworks here in the city and what the city is doing to enforce the fireworks laws. I'd like to introduce our distinguished webinar panel to you this evening. It's led by Deputy Fire Chief and Fire Marshal James Dobson, and he is accompanied on the panel by Joe Celio, who is the Code Enforcement Supervisor with the city. Inspector Marlon Aviles is also with us, works for Joe, and he will be working on the Spanish translation for us. You also see pictured here Juan Estrada, who is with our partners, District 5 United. So with that, Deputy Chief Dobson, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Steve. It's a pleasure to speak with everybody tonight. As Steve said, fireworks continue to challenge our community. They have been illegal for an extended period of time, but through partnerships throughout the city and also with our residential communities, we continue to try and fight this kind of almost scourge on our population. They are responsible for numerous fires, medical responses, as well as damage to not only property, but also to our environment and our pets. I'll give you a quick, brief overview of this. With that, I'm going to start to share my screen. I want to explain to everybody what we're trying to do in San Jose this year as just an overview. The main thing that we're going to be working on tonight is that that you can participate as making reports on SJ311. Can everybody see my screen? Perfect. Okay, so illegal fireworks for the 2025 campaign. First off, where and why are fireworks illegal? They're illegal in all of San Jose, and not just the big mortars, but everything, including Safe and Sane. It is illegal to use, store, sell, or even watch illegal fireworks displays. And one of the reasons why they are in San Jose illegal, of course, fireworks cause injury, property loss, and pollution of our air and water. And all of that is entirely preventable. When it comes around to the 4th of July holiday, our fuels are extremely receptive to fire. So vegetation fires tend to be a very big component of what we see that night. Also, they frighten our animals. If you didn't know that more pets are lost on or around 4th of July than any other time of the year. So says our animal, the Pound, and those type of organizations. So, and they put a huge restraint on our city resources. This is the busiest day, 4th of July, for the police department and the fire department in the city of San Jose. So it really challenges our resources as we go through it. So let's quickly talk about the fine amounts. Right now, for a first violation of using illegal fireworks, you can be charged $1,000, $2,000 for a second violation, and $3,000 for a third. The sale of illegal fireworks, and actually the way the law reads, it's actually possession of dangerous fireworks, which is based on weight, can be up to $100,000 of fine plus jail time. Okay, and that's enforced by the district attorney's office and our police department. We utilize in San Jose the social host ordinance, which states that a host of a property, they are liable for the emergency response costs resulting from the use of illegal fireworks. They can also be cited with an administrative citation, and you'll hear a little bit more about that from Joe. Any person who normally is present and watching an unpermitted fireworks exhibition can also be fined. So that is something where if you see it, don't hang around, don't be a spectator. We ask that you report it on SJ311, and we ask that you go to the legal fireworks shows that are in the city. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you about and was touched on by Steve is this year we're going to be doing a drone pilot program. And we're going to use it in conjunction with the social host ordinance. If somebody is observed utilizing fireworks and they can be associated with a property, they can be cited. And so we're trying to use this type of technology to enhance our ability to do enforcement. One of the challenges that we have in our communities is that fireworks are transitory in nature, meaning somebody lights it off. By the time a first responder, whether it be police or fire, get there, oftentimes the firework is not still currently going on. And oftentimes the person who might have set it off is not present. So it's difficult. So we're trying to utilize technology to assist us in this endeavor. So again, there's more information about this, but this is not solely on that topic. So I'm not going to go too in depth on it. I will tell you that we will be doing press conferences with our mayor and council members to try and highlight that fireworks are illegal in San Jose and to talk about those hazards that are there. The press conference that we have scheduled right now will be on July 2nd. I wanted to kind of talk to you about some of the information campaigns that we have going out. Right now, we've distributed to all of our community centers and libraries our brochure that really talks about not only the hazards associated with the fireworks, but also highlights that drone program and gives links to additional information that you can find on illegal fireworks. It also advertises the legal shows. We want people to be able to observe fireworks safely. And so we try and highlight these events to make sure that people have that opportunity on the 4th of July. So some of the other things as far as information campaign, you might have already seen billboards that are going up around the city. We will have 5 billboards across the city, depending on the area. They may be either in English or Spanish. We try and cater to the population we have in those areas so that they can really see what we have as far as our information campaign. We're also have bus shelters because they're visible not only from the street, but also for people on sidewalks in high use areas of illegal fireworks that we found from previous years. And again, we try and have multiple language, multiple communication methods. In addition to that, I just want to say we're going to have 52 radio spots in English over the 2-week period spanning up to the event. We will have a lot of digital and social media ads. One of the things I want to say here is a lot of the people that are lighting off the fireworks, this is how they communicate. So we're trying to put the information out so that they know that. We're also using reusable lawn signs to try and put out in our parks to tell people that the parks close at dusk and that that fireworks are illegal. And then we've really updated our webpage to try and find the most recent information. In addition to that, we do put out email blasts to try and kind of make sure that people are aware. And then we do joint press releases with Santa Clara County Fire. And you might have already seen that we have banners at all fire stations, select parks, and community centers and libraries indicating that fireworks are a hazard. With that, I'm going to stop sharing. And I just thank you for everybody being here, being interested in how to report these fireworks. You have a pivotal piece as far as helping us to identify neighborhoods that are of high use areas so that we can try and put our limited advertising dollars and our enforcement abilities towards those communities. With that, I'll turn it back over to you, Steve. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. We'll have your questions at the conclusion of Joe's presentation. So hold on to those because he's ready to answer them. I'd like to go now to Joe Celio, our code enforcement supervisor, who's got some red meat of this presentation he would like to explain to you.
All right, thank you, everybody. Let's wait for the PowerPoint to go up. And if we can, let's see, can we get that in slide mode from the beginning? There we go. All right, so once again, my name is Joe Celio. I'm one of the supervisors at the City of San Jose Code Enforcement Division. Thank you all for joining us tonight. So we're going to talk about a simple but effective way you can help our neighborhoods stay safe this firework season. And that's by using the San Jose 311 app to report illegal fireworks. This presentation will walk you through how to basically create a report if you observe fireworks, illegal fireworks, in your area, and it kind of walks you through the step-by-step process. So if we go to the next slide. All right, so first things first, obviously to get started, you'll need to download the San Jose 311 app if you haven't already. It's available for free in both the Apple Store and I believe Google Play Store as well. Just do a basic search, San Jose 311, and look for this icon. Don't look for if there's another icon, it might not be the one that's connected with the city. So you see it on the screen. Once installed, The app will give quick access to report a variety of issues to city staff, not just fireworks, but there's also other services that you can look at and report any type of issues with to various departments. Next slide. Okay, so after downloading it, you're gonna want to open it up. This screen will pop up. The San Jose app now runs through a web-based platform, which means it's quicker and more responsive. And to get started, it's pretty simple. Just basically just tap the blue button that says Access San Jose 311 now. This takes you directly to the service request menu where you can choose the issues that you want to report. So in this case, we're gonna report illegal fireworks. Next slide. Okay, so just kind of so you have an idea, this is our different services that are affiliated with the app: abandoned vehicles, graffiti, illegal dumping, potholes, streetlight outages. So yeah, so we're going to focus on illegal fireworks. So you'll see the several options. So to report, you're going to click on illegal fireworks. Next slide. So here you're going to have the ability to sign into an account or submit as a guest or log in if you already have an account. So we recommend that you actually create an account because you'll get a lot more out of it. If you're logged in, your reports are considered actionable. This means the city can follow up, investigate, and even issue warnings or citations if necessary. You'll also receive updates about the report status. Guest reports are anonymous, but they're limited. Submitting as a guest is quicker because I believe you only have like 2 or 3 slides you have to go through. But they're non-actionable. They help the city map out problem areas, but no follow-up will occur. So if you don't feel comfortable with signing up, or then that's fine. We can still use the report for mapping purposes. Let's see. So go to the next slide. So now you come to read and agree. So you're gonna have to read all these nice, fun things, disclaimers, and then once you go through them thoroughly, I'm sure you'll go ahead and have to click I understand and agree. Next slide. And then you're gonna come to the date and time of the incident. Excuse me. So it's important that we get as much detailed information as possible with this. So you're going to want to indicate the date where you actually observed the fireworks. So yeah, if you end up creating a report the following day, you don't want to put that date. You want to put the date you actually observed the fireworks taking place. The time frame, you don't have to be as specific. They're actually in blocks. So as you see the example on the screen, it could be, if you see it between the hours of 9 p.m. and 12 a.m., you can just pick whichever block you've noticed the fireworks occurring. And then the bottom portion speaks about the actual address. Let's go to the next slide because I think that one actually gives more information. So yeah, so after so you're going to want to enter the information as far as like the address. And I'm going to state and put this in bold. Make sure you put the address that you feel is affiliated with the fireworks. Don't put your address. I repeat, don't put your address because then we're going to assume that you're the one that actually set out the fireworks and will enforce on whoever the owner is of the property. So yeah, so don't put your address. You want to put the address you feel is affiliated with the ignition of the fireworks. You can either type the address directly into the search bar, or you can move the red pin on the map to a correct spot. So that makes it a little bit easier. So after you've selected the location, be sure to tap search to confirm, and you move on to the next step. Next slide. So after you've entered the location, the next step is to describe what you observed. So this is where you can be a little more specific. So if you notice that a firework went off at 9:15, you can enter the specific time. You can put maybe more details as far as maybe the location or somebody you saw or what you saw. So you can definitely end up enter more information at this point. You'll want to include as many details. See, were they aerial or ground-based? That can also assist. Did you see who was lighting it? Were there any vehicles nearby that you saw were affiliated? anything you can. And the good news is you have a 4,000 character limit, so you can run on as much as you want. And just be more specific as you can. Be as specific as possible. Next. Okay, so the next one, let me just take a look. So this is going to ask basically if you know who used, sold, or possessed the illegal fireworks. If you do, you can either enter the individual's name in the space provided. If you're not sure, that's okay. Just select no and continue. You'll be asked whether you have any photo or any video evidence of the incident. If you were able to safely, and I repeat, safely record any part of the activity, that kind of evidence can be helpful for enforcement purposes. But again, if you don't have any, just select no, and you can still submit the report. If yes, go to the next slide. You'll come to this screen asking if you have a photo or video of the incident. Then you'll have the option to upload a file. You can either drag it into the box or choose a file from your device. So the app accepts most common formats like JPG, PNG, MP4, and a few others. And you can upload up to, I believe, 10 megabytes. So there should be plenty of room. Next. Okay, so after you've entered your evidence, hopefully it's going to ask for your contact information. And it's going to include your name, address, phone number, and email. And this helps the city follow up if in case they need more details about the issue you're reporting. And I know this does help when I'm reviewing some of the evidence. There's times where I'm going to have some questions. So if you do have your contact info, it does help me to connect and get a little more detail before moving forward. Let's see. And below, actually, you see there's some acknowledgments. A few acknowledgments. First, I remind you that this report won't result in any immediate emergency response. So if it's a true emergency like fire, you still want to call 911. It also lets you know that while your information stays confidential, it might be shared if required by law. And finally, if any enforcement action is taken, like a citation, you may be asked to testify to confirm what you saw. So just basically acknowledgement, you could check all those and then you would click next. And next slide. There you go. And this pretty much just kind of goes over what you entered. So everything you entered is you're just gonna review it and just confirm that it's all correct. And then acknowledge and then just go to the next slide. And that's it. You're done. It's as simple as that. You're going to get a reference ID number. You're also going to get an email with the confirmation that your report has went through. And that's pretty much it. And you're done. So congratulations. That's it. Next slide. So if you don't have access to a smartphone or prefer not to use a 311 app, that's okay. Like it states there, no app, no problem. You still have options. You can submit a report by visiting the San Jose Fire Department webpage or by calling area code 408-535-5600. It's important that everyone has a way to report issues no matter what kind of device they're using. Next. And it's pretty, so I'm going to go over real quick. If you're going to enter a report using the San Jose Fire Department webpage. So once you get to the home page, you're going to see at the very top, it's going to state public education. You're going to want to click on that. Next. It's going to take you to this page and you're going to see the seasonal and holiday safety option. Once you click on that, a drop-down menu is going to come down. Next. And you're going to want to click on fireworks are illegal. Next. So once you click on that, it's going to take you to this page and you're going to have basically two options to start a report, either under where it states report illegal fireworks, the little highlighted area, or underneath the actual firework picture there. There's another area where you can just click on and it'll take you to the next page. Which is this page, which is basically where we started off in the app. So it takes you basically to the same spot, and then the process begins. It's going to be the same process once you get there. So, like I said, if you don't have the app, or you don't want to use the app, or you don't have a smartphone, there are other ways you can create a report. And it helps. It might seem like a small drop in the bucket, but it does help actually year after year after year. We're getting more reports. We're getting more of the ability to issue more citations, and just that step can actually help. Whether it's 3 citations, 1 season, that's 3 people that are probably not going to light off fireworks again. And then they tell their friends and their neighbors, and they tell their friends, and it spreads. No pun intended, like wildfire, but it spreads. So that maybe it'll kind of decrease the illegal fireworks that occur next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. And I think, thanks, Marlon. I think that's it. I think we're up for questions now.
Joe, thank you very much for your presentation. And we'll now go to the question and answer session. And for everybody participating tonight, thank you for being here. Have you been thinking about your questions? Because now we get a chance to get them answered. And we have a question and a comment from Keith Scott. The question is, cities have claimed to use drones to ID fireworks being fired off. How can a response be fast enough to actually catch someone in progress when there are hundreds of launch points and a shortage of officers? That's his question. The comment is, there should be an enhancement for those who use military-grade fireworks that are really dangerous. I've seen and heard more in the last 6 years. I have PTSD, and this is more than just disturbing. Chief, would you like to take that one on?
Yeah, I'm happy to. And first off, Keith, I'm sorry that that happens to you as far as the PTSD. That is one of the reasons why we consider this really serious in the city, and we want to try and prevent it. So let me get to the first question. So we will have, based on our hotspots, or so our use from last year, we will have officers as well as our CERT members that are certified, that are working directly with the police department in strategic areas where they can launch drones. The fire department has collaborated with the police department by submitting a letter to them formally and requesting the use of drones for illegal fireworks, as well as to spot any fires, and also just to observe any sort of illegal activity associated with fireworks. So they will be strategically in areas already. They will be launching. If they see fireworks, they can zoom. They actually can move very quickly over neighborhoods and start to observe. They will be taking video, so that that video will then be shared with the code enforcement group, reviewed. And if somebody that is lighting off of fireworks, and I'll just show you how, kind of explain how it's going to work. If somebody maybe goes and sits in a lawn chair in front of a house, or walks into a house, or goes to retrieve more fireworks from a house, all of those allow us to associate an individual with a house. And then that allows our code enforcement team to actually to be able to write administrative citations. Now, regarding the enhancements, most of the enhancements that we have are based on weight. If you have significant amounts of dangerous fireworks, like I indicated before, we can fine up to $100,000 and actually go for jail time. So there are some enhancements, but I agree with you that it is not only are these large, professional grade fireworks dangerous, but they do cause a lot of problems for whether it be our population of our residents and the pets that we have associated with them. So again, Keith, I'm sorry that you have to go through that. Hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you, Chief. We have a question from Ray Turner, and the question is, if you don't know the exact address or even the street, is it still useful to file a report?
So I can handle that one too. It's pretty simple, but the answer is yes, it is useful. The reason it is useful is we can use it for mapping, and that's where we really identify the high use areas and where we can go ahead and deploy not only our advertising dollars, but also our resources when we try and do enforcement. I will say that we are in a pilot stage for this drone program. So, and we have a lot of resources being put towards it, but we hope to improve on it and, get good results from it. So, but yes, it is useful. It is much more helpful, of course, to have something that has a direct address, because then it can be actionable by our code enforcement. And I'll let Joe kind of explain a little bit about that.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it definitely, it's either way, I mean, something is being done. Whether if there's no address, that happens, that's okay. We're still getting the data, like the chief said, to find out where the problem areas are, where the areas that need more attention are. But if you do have that address, that actually helps if we do have enough evidence to pretty much locate where the fireworks are originating from and who the person responsible are to actually issue citations to the actual owners of the property.
Thank you, Joe. Our next question is regarding the 311 fireworks report. How does the city verify the report is true?
I'll let you handle that one, Joe.
Yeah, so can you repeat that one more time, Steve?
Regarding the 311 fireworks report, how does the city verify that the report is true?
So yeah, so as part of the information that we get, and it's whatever information is given to us, we do extensive research. We look at whatever evidence has been given to us, and and we use various tools that we have to kind of determine if there was indeed a firework that went off at the address that's been given. If you're referring to maybe a possibility that we're just given an address but no evidence, at that point, what we're doing is we're sending warning notices out to those addresses that have been given to us, indicating the fine amounts, just letting them know that a report has been created with their address and with the allegation that fireworks were occurring at their residence or near their residence. And then we just let them know, like I said, the fine amount and let them know that this is just a warning. But any future, I guess, allegations or any other warnings could initiate a citation. So for the most part, if there are reports that are created that are not true or that we don't have enough evidence, we're hoping that they are true and that we just don't have the evidence. But we are just and we are still sending out a notice on the just in the assumption that they are accurate reporting and not that they're just uh, fake reporting, if you will.
Thank you, Joe. Our next question is from Elba Wilson, who asks, fireworks are set off on the street, not on someone's property. How can you give an address?
So I can talk a little bit about this. So we totally get that. Most of the times they are set off in intersections or in the street in front of it. How that would have to happen as far as giving an address is observing if an individual that lit that firework off actually goes to an address, whether they sit down on the lawn in front, whether they go inside of that address. If they can be affiliated with an address and that address can be reported, that's the information that code enforcement's team is looking for, because the social host ordinance allows us to give administrative citations. I don't know if you had anything to add to that, Joe.
Right, yeah, you covered it pretty good. So yeah, it's basically if we can see just something that it doesn't necessarily, if you provide an address of where you feel that the individual who's setting out the fireworks either lives or they're affiliated with, And if we have evidence, we can actually look at that evidence and if whether it's video or photo, and determine if they are actually affiliated. And like the chief stated, that there's different codes, ordinances as far as being a spectator. They don't necessarily have to be the one setting it off, but if they're just there on the lawn of the property and enjoying the fireworks, well, that's a violation. So yeah, I've still encouraged to send the information, the address, and then we'll take a look and see if we have enough to issue a citation.
Thank you, Joe. Our next question, how can residents find out what the hotspots are? The question goes on. Golf and Gridley in East San Jose, zip 95127, puts on stadium-level fireworks with explosives so loud it sounds like a war zone. It has become so large and sophisticated, it draws people in cars from all over. Reporting on 311 last year yielded no results. I was on the phone with 311 for 45 minutes last year and then got disconnected.
So I'll kind of, first off, thank you for letting us know, because I will pass that on to my brothers and sisters in blue as far as making sure that they're aware of Golf and Gridley. But what I would say is we do have a public dashboard that is available through the SJ311. It is visible by the community. I don't have it pulled up right now, but I can try and do it if I can in the meantime. But you can actually observe where the fireworks, the reports are given. You can also see if a warning or a citation was issued based on color codes. And it's searchable by dates, so you can see where those are. The best way I will tell you to report illegal fireworks is, as Joe said, through the app or through the web-based reporting tool on SJ311. We do make available a phone number that where you do have an actual somebody that'll answer to try and assist with that. The challenge we have, though, is that, as you can imagine, we get a lot of phone calls on that phone number when it starts turning dark, especially on 4th of July. So it's just a matter of capacity. So that's why we prefer to send people to the SJ311 app. I will explain a couple things. Last year, compared to this year, we did not have the refresh rate on that dashboard as much as we do now. Now we have upgraded the system so that we have a 5-minute upgrade on that dashboard, which allows first responders as well as our targeted enforcement to actually see where reports are coming in in a more timely manner. You're right, and I've heard this before, like I was indicating earlier, it is one of the largest call volume days for police and fire throughout the year. For fire, it is the largest. So the challenge we have is trying to have enough resources. We do what's called upstaff during 4th of July and that weekend, and actually put additional units in service with the idea that we can try and assist, but it is a large problem. And one of the things that PD is trying to do this year is really try and pay attention to the social media environments to actually observe illegal sale information that might be on the web and actually do some targeted enforcement before the holiday just for these reasons. So hopefully that answers your questions. And I'm sorry that you stayed on hold for 45 minutes. We have expressed those kind of concerns to the SJ311 team, and they continue to try and enhance their system every year. But again, the best ways that we can get you to do that reporting is either through the app or through online. That number does become impacted.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. Could you speak for just a minute about why these reports to San Jose 311 and the data that they furnish to the city are so important to enforcing the law and discouraging the use of fireworks?
Yeah, so one of the ways that we target, like I said before, our advertising and our enforcement is we look at where the fireworks have happened the previous years and on holidays. One of the things that we want to completely steer away from is targeting a neighborhood based on some, whether it be race, socioeconomic status, any of those reasons. So we use really this tool to kind of tell us where fireworks are being set off. We also utilize fires dispatch responses and PD's dispatch responses to actual emergencies involving fireworks, which those could be medical related, fire related, as far as those type of calls. So hopefully that answers the question, Steve.
Thank you. Our next question is, I have trouble every time I try to log on to the app because my phone never shows it as San Jose 311 in passwords, but rather something called Oracle Identity Cloud. I end up resetting my password because I can't locate it. Pain in the back side. Concludes.
Joe, do you have any information on that?
No, as far as what's going on specifically, and I'm sorry you're having a hard time with it. I'm not sure. The only thing I could suggest is maybe removing it and downloading the app and see if that helps. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but yeah, it's basically like the presentation showed. You want to make sure that the actual emblem that and the actual picture that you're downloading is the actual 311 San Jose app and not another any type of affiliate or some other type of app that actually uses that same name. Because I think when I did a search, I saw different San Jose 311 apps, so it gives you different options. You want to go with the ones that we showed in our presentation with the picture. I don't know if we still have it. Ron, do you still have the PowerPoint up? We can maybe show real quick. And then, yeah, I can see.
Gonna bring that up. Joe, that's coming. Do we know if there is a city tech support number that the resident wanting to troubleshoot can call?
Off the top of my head, and I don't know if the chief has any more information on as far as that. I'm not sure as far as who deals with the app.
No, there is a feedback function on the SJ311 app. It's also on their web-based, where you can give feedback as far as that service, and then they do look at that. But you can enter in information specifically about the 311. And if what I'll do real quick is I'll share my screen if that's okay. Let's see, and I'll just show you, send a request there.
Let me stop, Chief, sharing mine.
Okay,
There we go.
let's see. So this was, hold on one second. Okay. So this is feedback for the SJ311, and you can identify if there are concerns. You can kind of put what your concern was with illegal fireworks, and then you can go ahead and put your name and email, and they will actually get back to you. So this can be found right at the bottom where it says of the SJ311 website. and it has send feedback right in this location. So hopefully that's helpful.
I would like to add something from personal experience to this question here. There are several 311 apps. Multiple cities uses that type of formatting. So make sure that you're using the 311 San Jose. There are Chicago, LA, Orange, California, you name it. I just found about 12 different cities without browsing too deep into it that uses the 311 app. So make sure that you have the 311 San Jose specifically.
Thank you, Marlon. Proceeding to the next question. What's the privacy policy for the drone use? In other words, when or where are drones recording imagery, storage and retention policy? What is that? With ICE kidnapping people off the streets, recording people in their yards is disturbing to vulnerable populations. Who would like to tackle that one?
So I'll talk briefly about it, but I don't have all the information. And unfortunately, the contact we have that's normally with the police department was unable to participate tonight. So when they go up and they record video footage, it is only to record the illegal use of fireworks. The goal there, meaning, is that they're observing illegal behavior. They would see it whether it's in a yard, they would see it if it's in the street, but that is the sole reason that they're going up there as far as the drones. That was in the request that came from the fire department directly to them, and then they are governed by a drone use policy within the city. So they are not allowed as far as to just go up and violate anybody's civil rights and record them. So they have a policy that's fairly strict, and that's why the fire department had to specifically write a letter requesting the use on and around the 4th of July holiday for illegal fireworks. Regarding the retention policies, I am not aware of that. That is something that we would have to get information through our partners with the police department. So I can't answer that question.
Thank you, Chief. I would like to add an observation that we have made at the All District Leadership Group, and that is remind everyone that the social host law provides that the citation would go to the property. The drone is not recording faces, individuals, or persons. It's recording locations from the launch point for the illegal fireworks, not people. So you may see an individual who proceeds from the middle of the street where the fireworks were launched onto an adjacent property, but the citation goes to the property, not to the person. The drone video that we have seen does not identify any individuals at all, and that's in line with the protocol that the chief has identified tonight.
That's a great point. Yeah, because the goal of this is not to capture something, as you indicate there, that's for any other reason other than the illegal use of fireworks.
Thank you, Chief. So the next question is, considering how early fireworks start going off, is a July 2nd press conference soon enough?
Well, that's a great question. So one of the things that we are doing in the run up to that is, as I indicated, we will have radio spots. We will have our social media campaign going on. This is really an opportunity, and has to fit, of course, into our elected officials' calendars to get them all together. And that was when they put forth the time was July 2nd. But that doesn't mean that we're not doing this going up to it. The drones will actually start being used up to 2 weeks prior to the July 4th holiday. And you're starting to already see our campaign information going out and trying to get organic news. But this is a press conference specifically with our elected officials.
Thank you, Chief. And we have come to the end of our questions. So I'd like to mention once more to our participants tonight, if you do have a question, now is your chance, because we have more time allocated for this than we have questions to fill. While we're waiting for any additional questions, I think it's prudent to remind everyone that the city is making a progress and getting a lot more aggressive in how they handle fireworks violations. They do intend to do something about the problem, and the drone pilot this year is something I believe we can all support. We want to keep our neighborhood safe. We want people to enjoy the holiday, but we need to make sure the rule of law is followed. Let me just check one more time here our list of attendees, and I see no further questions. So I think at this point, we're going to thank our panelists, Deputy Chief Dobson, Supervisor Joe Cilio, and Inspector Marlon Aviles, and our partner Juan Estrada with District 5 United for attending and for making this information possible. Just a note in passing, we've recorded this and we'll make it available to the public for their review. Chief, any final comments?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for their participation. One of the things we've also given out to Steve Spivak and the All Districts group is some of our information that can be shared amongst the neighborhood associations. We're real hopeful that this gives you information that is useful to you, that you can share with your community to let them know that we are serious. And we are doing, just to give you an idea, we are going to be doing advertising specifically about our drone program, and we're working collaboratively with the police department, and we will be putting money behind advertising to show that. And we're hoping just that can be a deterrent, at least in some way, that people realize, oh, we can get in trouble for this. We've seen success with that with other programs, such as the sideshows, other things where we've had video footage, we've been able to capture this, and we're hoping that this can also be utilized in the 311 and the social host ordinance with our drone program to be effective. So thank you very much for coming tonight.
Great to have you, and I think I can say on behalf of our panelists, the All District Group and District 5 United, we appreciate your attendance tonight. We hope you have a safe and happy Independence Day holiday, and watch out for those fireworks. Ladies and gentlemen, we bid you good evening.